Thadam namo airiyadam, namo uvachayadam, namo loe sapasapudam. Mangalam Bhagwan Viro, Mangalam Gautamo Gani, Mangalam Kunda Kundatyo, Jaina Dharmostu Mangalam, Sarva Mangalya Mangalyam, Sarva Kalyana Karakam, Pradhanam Sarva Dharmanam, Jainam Jayatu Shasanam, Jainam Jayatu Shasanam, Jainam Jayatu Shasanam. मोक्षमार्गस्य नेतारं भेत्तारं कर्मभूभृतां ज्ञातारं विश्वतत्त्वानां वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये वन्दे तद्गुणलब्धये. Okay, so after having a very deep discussion about these six substances, Jeev, Pudgal, Dharma, Dharma, Akash, and Kal, all the existence form that we know of, we have now moved to a very different topic, and that topic is about tattvas, right? Let's quickly have a recap of what we did. We learned about five parmeshtis. We tried understanding about like how this world is, how it functions. Like it has 343 cubic raju of volume, and the six substances they reside over in this Teen Loka. They are called Jiva, the knower, Pudgal, the matter, Dharm, the medium of motion, Adharm, the medium of rest, Akash is space, and Kal is time, right? And then we also learned about the common attributes that all these substances share, the common existence that we all can feel. So what gives them their existence? These are the six common attributes which actually make their existence concrete. The first is the Astitva Guna, the second is Vastutva Guna, which tells them their purpose. Dravyatva Guna tells them how to fulfill their purpose, makes them substance. Aguru Lagutva Guna is about persistence, that they remain intact throughout their lifetime, and their lifetime is eternal. Pradeshatva Guna marks the territories that they have, the space that they own. And Prametva Guna is the key to all of these gunas, that how do we know about them? Because of the Prametva Guna, which acts as a chip through which we can see them, we can perceive them. So they become perceivable, they're knowable by a conscious being. So these are the six substances which actually create the charter for this world. And then there are special attributes as well. So the Jiva is the knower, the Pudgal has the special attribute of Sparsha means touch, Ras means taste, Gandh means smell, odor, and Varn means color. So it can be touched, it can be tasted, it can be seen, perceived, it can be smelled, right? And it can be heard as well. So Pudgal has the special attribute of Sparsh, Ras, Gandh, and Varna. Dharm, Dharmastika, or the medium of motion, it has the special attribute of Gati Hetutva. Adharma Dravya has a special attribute of Sthiti Hetutva, that it aids us in halting down. The space gives us enormous avgahana, so that we can all dwell peacefully. So avgahana is its special attribute. The special attribute for time is parinaman hetutva. It helps us in changing. So the change is the result of time. Correct? We learned about the special attributes, we learned about the common attributes. And then we started knowing deeper about the substance, where we divided the substance into three parts. First is the core, the Dravya. Dravya is the owner of all the attributes, the gunas, and gunas function through paryayas. So paryayas are nothing but the work done by the gunas. So Dravya, Gun, and Paryay. That's how the Dravya functions. Dravya is nothing but the whole unit, which is the collection of attributes. The attributes have only one thing to do, that they have to remain always, they have to exist always and function every moment. So they function, and that function is called Paryaya. So Utpad, Vyay, Dravya, Yuktam, Sat. Sat means existence. The existence is made by three specific elements. The first is dravya. Dravya means something which remains always. So dravya and gunas are eternal. They both combined are called dravya. And then these dravya, they also function. How do they function? They function through utpada and vyaya. Utpad means the rise of a new paryay, and vyaya means the death of the old paryay. So we are constantly changing. Changing means what? If I've changed my clothes today, it means what? That I have discarded the clothes I was wearing before, and now I have had new pair of clothes on myself, right? So utpad is the coming of the new, and vyaya is the going of the existing. The existing paryay, it goes out, and a new paryay comes in. So that is paryay. That is the work that they do. So that's how every dravya functions. So if somebody tells you that how this world is going to come to an end, will there be a day where everything will collapse and we all will come down to zero? No, it will never happen. Why? Because the dravyas will never die. That's what our present science says. The substance, the energy, you cannot destroy it. It just cannot be. We do not have any technology so far, despite having invested so much in knowing about how to finish it off. We do not know how to finish it off, right? So we do not know how to finish completely. Why come something completely off? So a substance which exists cannot be obliterated. It cannot be just destroyed. It can be transformed. It can be, labeled as it's a waste now. It's of no use for us. But despite it being called a waste, does not mean that it has been wiped off. It is there. It has found its existence in the new introduction. That is, it's a waste now. So we only change the label, but we cannot change the substance, the existence. So therefore, the paryas will always change. That's true. But the existence is here to remain forever. Correct? So this was all about the existence that we knew. And then we are trying to now, play a wager. We also saw that why it's always wise to believe in the existence of soul. So the soul wager, we played a gamble as well, if you remember. So in the last class that we had, we also had a very interesting story of King Janaka, right? So King Janaka, his whole kingdom was invaded. He was thirsty. He was begging for water. His own men, his own, the people of his own kingdom, they disrespected him. They just denied him water. He was about to die. He lost all his hope, and suddenly he woke up. And he found that, okay, the jars of juices, the jars of sherbets, they're all around. His servants are everywhere in his royal room, with royal court. And then he was perplexed. What is real? Was that dream the disastrous nightmare? Was that the reality? Or what I now am considering myself awake and see servants all over, see all sorts of luxury around me? This is the reality. What is the reality? That's what his concern was. Correct? So, what is the reality? Did you guys think about what the reality, according to King Janaka, is? Because none of his ministers, none of his doctors could answer him anything. Did you guys, any of you, did you think about it? Anything? If you have anything to share, let's start with what reality is. Well, because all that exists, we have discussed about it all. We have said that okay, there is Jiva. We have said okay, there is Pudgala. We have said okay, there is Dharma, Adharma, Akash, Inkal, all sorts of stuff. We know that they exist. But what is the real nature of that existence? Because I shut my eyes and then I just go to sleep, and this whole world departs, and a new dreamy world comes in. And in that world, anything is possible. Even I don't know what I'm going to see tonight in my dreams, right? So then, who is crafting that world? Is it that I'm the God, I'm the creator of that world? Am I not? Who is creating that world? Who is the God in that dynasty? Who is? What I perceive in my dream, you will never be able to perceive. So that's very personal planet that I have made for myself. That's a very personal world that I have created all by myself. Yes. So So there is one very interesting philosophy. So just like what my dream is very personal to me. And all the if I see you in my dream, okay, if I see you in my dream, are you there in my dream or you are in your house? You're lying in your country. Like what is more real? You in my dream or you in your house? Who is more real? Obviously you in your house. You have no business to do what I'm dreaming about, right? Yet I created you in my dream. I could do that, right? So there is one philosophical thought. What they say is just like if you come to my dream, I'm the creator of you in my dream. What if? So I sleep and then I see dreams and this whole world pops up. And now in my dream, it might be that Gia is talking to Adi. So in my dream, Gia is there, Adi is there, and they both are talking. So who is making them talk? Who is making them talk? The whole world is walking, the cars are passing by, the birds chirping, everything is happening, the stores are open, the sun is there. But who is making all this? Because definitely it's night, it's not day, and I'm sleeping. And in my dream, there is a sunrise. In my dream, there are cars running. In my dreams, the birds are chirping. In my dreams, Jia and Adi are talking, right? So who is making the sunrise? Who is making the cars run? Who is making the birds chirp? Who is making Jia and Adi talk? I am. So the philosophical thoughts is similarly, this whole world, though we think that we are talking, we all are learning over a Zoom talk, right? But what if the great, giant, supreme God is sleeping and we are living just in his dream? And the moment he wakes up, the whole world will shatter. Just like Jia and Adi will stop talking the moment I wake up. The sun will go off, the cars will go off, nothing will be there, no birds, nothing. What if we all are living a God's dream? That's actually the philosophy of Shankaracharya. He said that this world is nothing but the play, the playing to the rhythm of the great dream of the God, and we're just waiting or not waiting and praying that he doesn't wake up. The moment he wakes up, everything goes off. So now, just to say that okay, whole existence is there, but we perceive a very different set of reality when we are in our dreamy stage. So the first question, we are not going to the God and not wondering about whether it's a dream that we all are living in. Let's take that question, keep that question aside for a moment. First, we have to know that, okay, this whole reality is there, the six substances are there, agreed. But only when we are talking in a wakeful state, when we are discussing, right? But the moment I sleep, there is nothing that is in my control. I don't know what happens when I sleep. So now, and yet I feel everything. So if let's say I think we all can discuss a dream that we had. Any nightmare you can recall, Adi? Anything that you saw, and it led to you just woke up out of fear or out of shock or out of joy, whatever. Was there a dream which led you to wake up? Yes, Adi, can you share something? Any dream?
I don't remember the dream.
Yeah.
But I remember waking up and thinking, what happened?
So just a question, Adi. So when you had that particular whatever, because we very vaguely remember our dreams, we very quickly forget what we saw in dream. We know that okay, it was a good dream or it was a bad dream, but when somebody asks what was there, we just lose the facts. I don't know how everything evaporates, right? But yes. So Adi, whenever you see that dream, and let's say it was a scary dream, as long as you are in that dream, does it look like it's real, or you see like it's a movie that is playing on a screen, like we see in a theater? So does it the dream, like dream is in very active space that happens, that you are part of it, or you become just the audience and the movie runs, the show runs? How does it work?
It seems as if you are part of it, but
Yeah,
you
It seems so real, right? That as if that is the only reality, nothing else is, correct? It's same for you, Gia, or is there something different that happens to you while you are in dreams?
Sometimes I feel like I'm watching my dream,
Sometimes,
but I,
sometimes. So like while you're watching dream, you get to know that, okay, it's a dream. Like while you are in your dream, you know,
yeah, like I'm in the dream, but I'm also watching myself in the dream.
no, but are you aware of the fact that it's a dream that you're watching while you're watching a dream? Or it's always in that hindsight that when you wake up and oh, it was a dream.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. So dream, as long as it is running, the show is running, it looks so authentic. It looks so real, right? We feel everything. Ever felt scared while you were in dream? Like yeah. Oh, thirsty sometimes in my dreams. I sometimes feel very thirsty. Somebody might feel hungry, right? So that's what King Janaka is feeling. King Janak had a very bad dream in which his whole kingdom was snatched away from him, and he was really thirsty and he almost died. But we never see ourselves die in a dream because we have never experienced death as in this life. So that's a different story. So first let's divide these stages. Wakeful stage where we are awake, right? We have that one stage. Second stage is the dreaming stage. So we are when we are in dream. The third stage is also there is a deep sleep. Have you ever had a sound sleep? Ever had a sound sleep? Yes. So while you have a sound sleep, how do you define that you had a sound sleep? You had a good sleep. How do you define it? Renaji, will you share if you had a good sleep? How do you define what a good sleep is?
I can't remember what good sleep is anymore.
Yeah.
One where I am not woken up throughout the whole night is a good
Yeah,
sleep.
so there are no dreams, there are no worries, and you don't even know, like the moment you wake up, oh, have I slept for that long? Right? When you do not even have the track of time, right? So the sleep that has no thoughts, no dreams, nothing, that we say that, okay, it was a wonderful, I had a wonderful sleep tonight, last night, right? That's what. So see, when it's a thoughtless night, so when do you come to know that, okay, I did not see any thoughts when you wake up, or you were awake throughout and waiting for a thought to come or a dream to visit you, and it did not arrive. And that's how you felt so relieved that, okay, nobody came, there was no visitor. How does it work? In a deep sleep, what do we do? What is my role? Just like in a dreamy sleep, my role is that I am being a part of a whole setup. I don't know who set that up. I don't know anything about what's going to happen tonight in that dreamy world, but I am part of it, or I'm very actively participating in that particular act, whatever is going to happen. But what happens in deep sleep? What is our role? What is our role in the deep sleep? Gia, what do you do when you have a good sleep? Do you sleep or do you remain awake?
I sleep.
Are you sure you sleep?
Yeah.
Who keeps the track? Who keeps the account of that you're having a good sleep? Who is guarding that, okay, no visitor was there in my dream, there was no dream, there was no thought, there was no worry. Somebody is keeping the track of it, right? There has to be somebody who knows that, okay, who saw that, okay, no dream came whole night. Yeah. See, either you have lot of visitors or you had none. If you have to answer both the questions, your duty on the gate is reserved, because whether to see that anybody came or whether to answer that nobody came, you have to be on the gate. Yes. How will I answer that, okay, nobody came during whole afternoon, nobody arrived to my shop? How will I say that? I'll have to be in my shop to say that, okay, there was nobody who visited us, or there were many people who visited us. Correct? Similarly, whether it be a dreamy world, whether it is a wakeful world, whether it's a world where there is nothing, there is nothingness, where there are no thoughts, no worries, no dreams, no colors, nothing. Even in that, I am constantly working. Can you see? Can you feel, Adi? Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. So now, quickly, what happened? So the King Janaka is going mad. He's just searching for answers that what has just happened. What is reality? I want to know because I am scared of sleeping now. What if the moment I sleep and again the whole thing comes up? And again, I'm thirsty and I was anyway about to die. What if there were no doctors to help me then? So he's very scared to sleep because what if that happens again? So now there was a great scholar, a great pandit. His name was Ashtavakra. It's a mythology, right? And just I'm just telling you the names because we should know. Like the story of King Janaka and Ashtavakra is very famous in Hindu mythology, in Indian philosophies. So Ashtavakra, he was a great Gyani. And why his name was Ashtavakra? His body, it was not in proper shape. It was in very, Vakra means that it was not like how our normal bodies are. It was, I don't know how to say Vakra. Uh, it had, I don't know, I'll share the picture of Ashtavakra as they have tried to make, right? So his body was really not normal, and that's why other people used to make fun of his body. But he was a great, great, great scholar. He wrote Ashtavakra Gita as well. So Ashtavakra was a great scholar of that time. So he got to know about the situation of King Janaka. And so he decided that, okay, he'll help him out. So he went to his kingdom, his court. And then the King Janaka saw his guru coming up. So he just in his state of shock, he just looked at him. And then he told him, uh, is this real or was that real? That's what his question was. Is the dream, the world I saw in dream, that was the reality, or what I'm seeing now, is this the reality? And then the Ashtavakra says, neither the dream was real, nor this waking world is. That's what he said. And King Janaka was now totally mind blown. He was like, okay, now I'm going to turn completely mad. The question was like, which thing is real? And Ashtavakra saying is neither of these two is real. Neither the world which you saw in your dreams that was real, neither this world in which we both are interacting, this is real. Can you, like, let's have a small discussion. Can we decipher, can we decode this message first? Does it make any sense? Jia, does it make any sense? Is dream the reality? First thing. How can you prove that the dream was not real?
Because when you wake up from it, you come to another reality.
And that's easy, right? The moment you wake up, you cannot find any clue whether anything existed at all, right? What we saw in our dreams. Adi, how will you prove that this world is not real when I'm awake, whatever I see? This is not real. How do you know that? See, that's very easy. What I saw in my dreams, that's not real. That's fine. But what I am saying now while I'm awake in my full healthy senses, how can you deny that it's not real? Yes, Adi, do you have any clue?
Well, you can say it's not real if only one person can see that
Sorry.
world.
Sorry.
If only one person can see that world and everyone else sees something different, then it could be not real.
Very interesting. Can you give some example to give us some perspective?
Say someone was daydreaming.
Someone?
Was daydreaming.
Okay.
Yes, and they just got out of the daydream and they were asking where someone is. And if that person was somewhere else, then that could be some
Okay.
as
Okay.
well.
So you're saying that we see the same thing, different people will see the same thing differently, right? And that's why we do not know what is real form of that particular thing. Correct? Okay, that's one of the answer. Anything else, Kripaji, Neerajji, Renaji, anything you want to conclude? See, the dream is not real. It's very easy to, substantiate that. Okay, the dream, I woke up and there is nothing. So obviously the dream was unreal. But reality is not real. Yes.
What's the definition of real?
That's what I'm asking. That's what our discussion is. How do we define what is real? Real is something that exists. And we're trying to perceive that reality. So we have one statement that, okay, definitely whatever happened in that dream is not real. But the major question is whatever happening right now, like we all are learning, we all are talking, we all are sitting, right? This is not real or this is real. If not, how? If it is, then how? Neerajji, Kripaji, anything?
Sorry, we were a bit distracted. Say, repeat the question again one time.
Question is that Jia very easily told us that the dream is not reality. Why? Because the moment we wake up, the dream just collapses. So that's obviously is not real. But Ashtavakra said that neither the dream nor this wakeful stage, neither of these two are real. So I'm convinced about the dream is not real. But this whole world, while I have opened my eyes wide shut, how can you deny that it's not real? Is it or is it not real? First, let's just get our heads first. Is it according to us?
Right.
How many of you, Gia, do you believe that it's?
I was just going to say that although it's a reality in that, things that you do in this life have an impact on your future life. So it has to be real in some sense.
Okay, it has to be real in some sense. Okay, fine. Yes. How would we say? So according to you, it's real, right? Ashtavakra says it's not, but you are saying that it's real. Okay. Reina, do you have anything to add to this?
I'm just waiting for what you say. But I think obviously the reality for everyone is different. Yeah. So from each person's perspective, the reality will be different. So that's what makes it that there's no one reality, because everyone's perspective is different. So although there is existence and things exist, the viewpoint's going to change depending on whose reality we're talking about.
Okay. So we all have different versions of our own reality, correct? But the versions that we are having is of the same reality, right? If I see the sky differently and you see the sky differently, but what we both are looking at is sky, which is one. So the reality is one that we all are convinced. That's what we learned about these 6 substances, that there are 6 types of realities: Jiva, Pudgala, Dharma, Akash, and Kal. So they are there. But now here is the important aspect to it. How do we connect to these realities? What is our connection to all these realities? What is our relationship with this reality? If you remember, we relate these realities with one attribute. And what was that attribute? How do we interact with this world? We interact with this world through our consciousness, right? So I am the knower. And through my knowledge, I can perceive the matter. I can actually try to conclude whether there is space or not, there is time or not. Everything that I'm doing is I'm the knower of all these things. I know this, correct? So how do I relate to this whole world? I relate with my knowledge, correct? So that is true, that this whole world is nothing but a great reality. And there are 6 different kinds of substances to this world. But because I interact with this world through my consciousness, and that consciousness has its own limitations because of Jnana Varnekar, because of my understanding, because of my knowledge. Therefore, whatever I'll perceive will decide, will dictate me what the reality according to me is. And that need not be the same reality that you are looking at. Correct? So what Ashtavakra is saying, that we all have made it so complicated that what is real and what is not. Though the problem is very easy. The problem is when you were in dream, what Ashtavakra told Raja Janaka. Okay, king, the dream is not real. Why? Because when you were in dream, you had so much of thirst, you had so much of pain that you were about to pass out. And the moment you woke up, all that thirst, all those worries have gone out, right? So therefore, the moment you wake up, the dream tells that it was not real. And if whatever you're looking at right now is real, the moment you fall asleep again, and you begin to walk in a dreamy world, this whole thing will collapse. When we sleep, anything that we interact with during the day, does it remain there in our dreamy world? We don't know. So he again says, okay, the moment you wake up and you say that, okay, this world is real, but it is only real as long as you're not sleepy. As not you have not fallen asleep and went to a different world or a deep sleep. Correct? So again, if this was real, then how you could, not being thirsty, could have felt thirsty? If that thirst was real, how could that thirst go just away the moment you woke up? So these two things are not necessarily real. These are just how your consciousness is playing with you. But what is real is the most important thing. So King Janaska says that if this is not real, and if that was not real, then what is real? What is the reality? Now, any clue what Ashtavakra must have told him? I think it's very easy now. If the wakeful dream is not, if the moments when we are awake in life we perceive, that is not real. And if the dreams are also not real, then what is real? Now that's very simple question. Yes, Renaji, please.
Would it be a complete knowledge, like what Panch Parmeshti have?
No, that would be very that answer will not be acceptable to everybody, because we are Jains and we are saying, okay, thinking about 5 Parmeshtis would be real, or attaining Keval Gyan is real. No, what we have to decipher is that, see, I saw dream and I could feel fear in that dream. That's why I woke up. I cannot directly deny that fear was not real. I felt it, right? And if right now, we are interacting right now, and I hear you, you can hear me, we're talking. We cannot just say that, okay, this whole thing is not real. You can actually feel the weather around. You can feel the softness of the sofa or chair that you're sitting in. You can see that there is laptop, there is computer in front of you. All these things are real. We cannot just deny it. But Ashtavakra is denying them outrightly. So I'm asking, then what, if dream is not real, then what will be the realest thing? If a wakeful state is not real, then what the reality is? Because something will have to be the reality. Yeah. Anybody will try to attempt it. Adi, what can be the most authentic answer to this?
I didn't. Wait, what was the what did you say at the end of the question?
My question is, he has denied that the dream is not real. He has also denied that the reality that we what we call reality while I'm awake, like I and you talking, right? This is not real. then what is real? How do we define reality?
Him knowing that it is not real. It's a reality.
Okay. Let's take it very step by step. Okay. Again, let's come back to the story. King Janaka, was he thirsty or not? Tell me, the trust is reality or not? Was he or was he not?
Yes.
Was he or was he not thirsty? In dream, he was. The moment he woke up, he was not. So was he or was he not? Okay, so we do not know about whether he was thirsty or not. So let's say Janaka, when he was in his dream, he was saying, I am thirsty. Correct? When he woke up, he's saying, I'm not thirsty. These two sentences, which sentence is real? They both are. So this is the truth about his dreamy state. This is the truth about his awake state, right? What Ashtavakra is saying, that whatever you say, the moment you say you are thirsty, the moment you say you are thirsty and you wake up, this becomes wrong. The moment you say you're not thirsty and you fall asleep and see a dream, this becomes wrong. But what never becomes wrong is that you are. You always are. Whatever the situation is, whether it's the situation of deep sleep, I had a great sleep last night. I had a great nightmare in that life. I had a great day today. I had a great day, that's false. I had a great dream, that's false. I had a great sleep, that's false. I. This perceiver, this one person who is actually witnessing all the realities in all different circumstances, in all different phases, this one constant, which is always there, that the forever living creature, I, is the only reality that we have. Personally, that's what we are going to put first as Jiva Tattva. I know that there is Pudgal. I know there is a sun, there is a moon. I know the earth is there, the Tinlok is there. There are four gatis, Akash, Kal, Dharma, Adharma, all sorts of dravyas are there. Everything is there. But everything is because I am. Because that particular thing will not, see, this pen does not know that it exists. Does it know that it is? No, it does not. But you know that. Why do you know that? Because you know that I know. You have this great I with us. We all have this great I which always remains in every situation. There is no running away from this I. You cannot go away from I. This I will always be there, no matter in which situation you go. I saw a great scene today. I had a great lunch today. Oh, you have to see it. I was totally overjoyed. Wherever you go, whatever you do, there is one thing which is constantly following you, that I. So Ashtavakra says that forget about everything. Everything after I will be changed, will be replaced. I am a boy. I am a man. I am a woman. I am a human. I am a deva. I am a narki. I am a tiryanj. Everything will change. The I will never change. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling emotional. Everything will change. But what will not change is I. This I is always going to be there and is going to be our first reference point. I do not like it. What you not like it is secondary. You do not like it. You is the first thing. That's why we call it Jiva Tattva. How do we define Jiva Tattva? We define Jiva Tattva as The substance which has my knowledge is called Jeev Tattva. A substance that has my knowledge is called Jeev Tattva. See, you are also a Jeev Dravya. I am also a Jeev Dravya. But when I am having headache, can you feel it? When a mother is having headache, can her child feel it? When a child is having a great stomach ache, can mother borrow it or share it with him? Can you share? Like, can we all share our pains together? That would be so easy, right? For a family, it would be a blessing that if everybody sit together and somebody is having a great migraine attack, everybody says, okay, we'll have a mild headache, we'll share it and it will be divided. So sorted life would be. When you're very thirsty, don't worry, we'll all feel a bit little hungry. And meanwhile, the dinner will be cooked, the lunch will be served, and we all will be okay. That would be so simple. But can you share your pain? We can claim to that, okay, I just came to you and I told you my story and I felt a bit lighter that, okay, I've shared my pain with you. I can fall into that delusion, but the pain can never be shared. What I feel is so personal to me that even my parents cannot take it from me. Even my children cannot take it from me. Even my best of the friends, they cannot help me in the adversity. So therefore, what Jain Acharyas are saying, that the first reality is you. And why you? Because what you experience is what you experience alone. Nobody else experiences that. So the version of the world that you have is your very private, very secret world. I will never be able to see the red color the way you see it. Though the red color is same, and generally speaking, we all call red color red color. But when I say red color, what kind of red you see is very personal to you. When I said a diamond ring, the kind of ring came to your mind is very personal to you. What ring came to my mind is I said a fruit juice. What juice did come to your mind? It was a pomegranate juice, it was an apple juice, it was a grape juice, it was an orange juice. It's very personal to you because it's your perception that is creating your reality. And the whole emphasis now is not on the reality, but on the perception. Not on the perception, but on the perceiver, the knower. So first reference point is I, which is Jeev Tattva, and it's not every Jiva. There is only one Jiva, and that Jiva is myself. So if I'm doing anything at all, I'm going to do it for myself. It's very selfish, supremely selfish. Is it good to be a selfish person? Is it good to be a selfish person? Jia, Adi, no, are you sure? Then how do you not be selfish? By helping others? How will you help others? Can you borrow my pain? So you can just lie to me that, okay, I'm here with you to share your pain. And the lies sound so good, right? And I also feel, okay, I have somebody. But we all are just fooling around. We claim that we are going to help you, but none of us can. And when none of us can help each other, they only be like there just to tell you that, okay, create that illusion that, okay, there is somebody with you to help you out. Then it's better that we help ourselves first. That's what we get to know while we board a flight and they say that, okay, before helping others getting their oxygen masks, make sure that you put yours first. Before helping others, you make sure that you help yourself first. Because you cannot, being yourself in adversity, help others to come out of adversity. It's lame to say that we can do that. So Jainism says is first priority is always you. If you are sorted in your mind, if you have peace of mind, if you have a sorted vision about the reality of this world, you'll be good to help others. You'll be good to give others some perspective towards life, help them come out of an adversity, but only when you know this relationship, that this world is different and you as a perceiver is different. No matter what happens there, it's your responsibility to keep yourself composed, to keep yourself calm, to keep yourself well. That's your responsibility. So Jiva Tattva is the one in whose imagination this whole world is dancing. We are so engrossed in this beautiful dance of this world that we have forgotten that came here. We came to this circus as a visitor and not as a player. We just took the ticket to see what all is happening in that circus, and then later on we found out that we ourselves are dancing to the tunes of a joker. That's stupid, right? We paid for entertainment and now we are becoming the same person who was actually initially the plan was to just enjoy the sight, but now we merely became the subjects of that circus. That's what has happened. So knowing the jiva, knowing the soul, Ashtavakra is telling King Janaka that, okay, the wakeful state, the dreaming state, the deep sleep state, and all sorts of seasons of life, they'll come and they'll go. Rather than focusing on those scenes, on those plays, you have to focus on how well you keep yourself. You are in all the phases and you're always going to be. To make sure that yourself is the first priority, that you prepare for all these adversities. Right? Understood? So Jeev Tattva is what? What is the definition of Jeev Tattva? The substance that has my Gyan and Darshan. Darshan means the art to perceive, Gyan is the art to know. Together they are called consciousness. So the substance in which my consciousness is found is called Jeev Tattva. The substance in which Gyan is found is Jeev Dravya. Jeev Dravya is the conscious being. Is equal to Jeev Dravya. That is a Dravya. That's when we're talking about everybody. But for me, who is the most important one? In which my consciousness resides. So, Jiva Tattva. Tattva is the essential. Tattva means essential. So, which Jiva is essential to me? The substance in which my knowledge resides, my art of perception resides. Fine? Is it clear, everybody? Does it make sense? What sense it makes is this, that we spend most of our lifetimes trying to change or curate the situations according to our will. We always wish to a dream reality. Okay, my house will look like this. My friends will look like this. My office will look like this. My career will look like this. And my future is going to be in this way. And I'm going to love winters. I'm going to spend summers in the hilly places. I'm going to have some beach walk. All these things, we are always curating things that are forever changing, that are not in the subject form of our sentence. And rarely do we focus on this I am part. I am having fun. The fun is so important. I am is never even thought of. I am having a sad mood. The sad mood has become so important that I have forgotten the joy of being. I am. That is the first thing. I am. And if I am, then sad mood or a good mood or a fun or entertainment or sorrows, everything will keep coming and going. Just like day and nights, just like all the seasons of life. They are on rotation. They are to come. But for me, the most essential thing is I am. Right? So in the next class, we'll have a quick, again, recap of the Great Soul Wager, in which why it is very important to know that I am. And then we'll move to the Ajiv Tattva, which is the amazing, amazing illusion of our own wrong understanding of this world and how this all leads to the great karma theory, which is our topic. So this is just the foundation of the topic to which we are moving, and the topic is karma theory. How the karma theory functions is the core is that I am, and the moment I focus in the later part of this sentence enters Ajiv Tattva. What it is, we'll be doing it in the next class. Okay, you think about it. You think about it as well in a way that it helps you. because it's a wonderful theory to know that I am, and that is more important than anything else. So just think about it. If you have anything to share, you can share in the next class. If you have any questions, you can ask now or later on, and we'll proceed further to our next essential tattvas. Okay. Okay. So let's have a quick Jimani Stuti. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए चिन्हवाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार, उसके लिए चिन्हवाणी माँ को वंदना शत बार. 9 times Namaskar mantra. जैन धर्म नु जय हो. Thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Jai
Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.